What can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, Custom Chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice, freshly made, your way.
Corryn. Good morning
Corryn.
and welcome to Championship Sunday here on Curling Stadium in Edmonton. My name is Jim Nix and I'm joined by Terry Corbin on second mic and Rory McCusker handling our cameras and production this morning. We're set to begin quarterfinal action here in the Saville Grand Prix, and Terry's going to tell us a little bit about who we've got and how they got here maybe.
Shuzinski, Nikki Kaufman, as mentioned, Corwin Brown, and Caitlin Laws. So the winner of this game here is going to advance to the semifinals, and they will play the winner of Cameron and Laws. And in the other quarterfinal matches, as mentioned, Cameron versus Law, we have Sturmey versus Park and Wang versus Reese Hansen. You needed to be 3-1, Jim, to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's to be expected. We just talked about that yesterday a little bit. You might sneak in every now and then at 2-2, but not this weekend for sure. And actually, too, Terry, the GIM team, was looking at those scores and everything. Corryn's going to have to be pretty good. Brown team's going to have to be good today. They've hammered everybody basically so far, with the exception of Caitlin Law's game was 7-5. I don't know what the line score looked like, but that was 7-5. But the other games were like 7 and 8 point spreads. So they're obviously on fire. They've been here for a couple of weeks. They played last weekend too, losing the final to Anderson. The Saville shootout.
Yeah, they won 7-0, 9-1, 8-1, and then, as you mentioned, Caitlin lost 5. It was a 5-2 game. But yeah, they've been firing on all offensive cylinders.
Absolutely, yep. So good start here for both teams. Brown threw up the center guard, and Brown went around it, froze. Or the other way around, maybe it was. Got to get straight in my head here. Whatever. We'll have a look at it here in a second anyways and see who's sitting what. This one's going to have to curl a whole bunch.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to just chop off. Oh, no. I mean, good weight.
Yeah, Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
That was a pretty good start. 3 rocks, everybody basically on the button pretty close, and draw weights there. So
yesterday when doing the GIM game, their weight was fantastic. They gave their opponent nothing. I believe this is Sarah.
It is
Colton.
Sarah Colton, yeah. Originally from up north. Played for a number of years out of Yukon Territories. I'm not sure which, but I think the Territories. But skipped a junior. Had a pretty good junior career actually, and has now become, I believe, a lawyer and moved to BC and maybe even got married somewhere along the way. If she didn't, I apologize for that, but I think she did. So it's always easier when they keep the same name, except for the fact that you don't always know for sure if you're.
That's right, yeah.
What happened, yeah. When the name changes, you might not know who they are, but you know they at least got married. It's like, well, I don't know what her original name was, but.
Yeah, so and go ahead. I was just going to say, we were talking yesterday about how the Gim team, the two, we were wondering, we were sure they were sisters, we were sure they were twins, but we were looking for a little bit of help from our audience there. Just nice shot.
That's a dandy, yeah.
Just to get a confirmation on that, and we never did. So
no, and we're not going today either because, as we talked about a little while ago, it's almost midnight now in Korea, so there's not going to be a lot of help coming out of that. Out of Uijeongbu, Korea, this team plays out of. Corryn Brown plays out of Kamloops, out BC. Yeah, that was a good shot. Could have been, if it had been able to hold it just another little tiny bit, you would have cleared that yellow one out. But still, pretty intense first end here.
Yeah, that's what I mean, I noticed that yesterday. Like, Gim was more than happy to, play these quiet shots. And it's not saying that they couldn't play the other shots, but they seem to have a preference for, those quiet waits and come arounds, and executed them very well.
Yeah.
And as you said, I think Corwin's got her hands full here today.
Not too bad right now, but
no. Always look at these situations and say, okay, who's going to blink first?
Well, Gim has hammer here. I wouldn't be surprised, and probably wise to do what she's doing, and that is to try to clear up a little bit of what's in front. She's only a shot away or so from having a situation where she can't get to the shot block. One of more and more left-handers we see in the last couple of years, throwing some weight.
Yeah, I want to say that's a pretty good shot.
Yeah, it is.
I do want to say that the second and the third are left-handed. Or or do I have the wrong team? I can't. Oh my gosh.
We're gonna know shortly. So
I know it all starts
the very next shot. Yeah.
It all starts to blend in.
Yeah. Yeah.
What you play?
Yeah, she's she's been to the Scotties, and she's a solid player. She was I knew her, I didn't know her, but I've got familiar with her actually in CISs when my daughter's team played in the University Playdowns, and Corryn was there, and we played against her, and some of the players stayed with her for the longest time. I don't know exactly who was who then, but good player, and intense enough, and seems to enjoy the game a whole lot. So she's had some reasonable success. Not sure it's going great so far this year, but she has Jim Cotter, I think, coaching them this year, and everybody familiar with Jim would certainly know that he comes with a credential that is all well-rounded and will help with almost every part of the game. And if that's assuming I have that right, and I think I do.
Is his daughter of still playing junior, or is his daughter?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know. I don't know, Terry, for sure. I don't know. She was pretty young when they first started playing mixed doubles together, so she still might be junior. There's a very nice shot.
Wow. How quickly this has turned around.
Yeah, no serious advantage yet, but Brown does have a chance to hit this, roll a little bit to, depending which camera, a little bit to the right as we look at the long view, and maybe get into a position of forcing Gim to take one here in this first end.
Yeah, sometimes these first ends really set the tone for the rest of the game.
They certainly can, for sure, yep.
I was just marveling at looking at line scores just across the country there, men's, women's, different spiels, and some big ends in the first end. And man, oh man, like if you're going to give up a big one, I guess you do give it up in the first end, but it can be so deflating too.
Yeah, you're right. That's yeah, you're right on the theory too. And in baseball, the Blue Jays have actually adopted that sort of
Yes.
style in their games. Not usually 4 or 5, but they certainly seem to like to give up 1 or 2 or 3 in the first couple ends and then try to figure it out after that. But I wouldn't recommend it. It's not a good strategy. It doesn't usually work. And it does make for a long game sometimes. But chance to sit here, 3 here though for Team Gim with a little short run back. She'll make that.
Her own.
Might roll out, yeah. A little bit of a break for Brown because that was going to be nasty if that had stayed.
Yes.
So
it's funny
now,
that you said. It's funny you said. It's funny you said. Corryn stayed with their team. I mean, that was the one thing I guess. It seems that a lot of these younger teams, don't stick around that long together. They've had a lot of good skips come out of BC.
Yeah.
I was just going to say her name, and as I went to say it, it just left me. Moore.
Not Linda Moore. Linda Moore.
Yeah, Linda Moore, like a long time ago, and
Yeah.
she was a staple. And then, oh my gosh, I can't think of her name either now.
There's a few. Kelly Scott.
Kelly Scott, yeah, but the one before Kelly.
Kelly Law.
Kelly Law, thank you. She was around and knocked on the door for the big prize, and for a couple of years, I believe she won it 1 year. And
yeah, she left the game pretty early.
Yeah.
So Gim now is sitting 1 with a chance to. She's going to play the hit and roll, sit 2.
Yeah.
Probably the safest way to go about this. You could certainly draw here because you are sitting 1, but almost no matter where you draw, you might set up a chance for a double and be forced to 1. So this is probably a little safer way to make sure you get out of this end with either a blank or 2.
Yeah.
So Team Gim, looking at the numbers here, Team Gim is actually ranked 6th in the world right now.
Yeah.
And Corryn's ranked 23. I don't know for sure what that's based on, if that's just this year's results or if it goes back into last year. I have to assume it goes back into last year. There haven't been enough events so far this year, but that's the ranking we have, and I trust everything that the boys write on our site. So,
well, and Gim, they've already qualified for the Winter Olympics, so they will be there.
Nice shot there. So Corryn now has to think about playing the hit on the back one, maybe try to roll a little bit, or maybe going for the double. I don't think the chances of making hit a roll that she can't remove are very good. I might take a shot at the double here early. What are you doing, Terry? You old draw master, you.
Yeah, well, no, I'm eyeing that double for sure.
Yeah. All
and
right.
you're going to have
converted.
to talk me
We've
out
got
of
him
it.
converted. Yeah, we got you converted. Awesome. Well, you said yesterday you could still throw it pretty hard. So, and yet this one could use, if you were playing the double here, you could use a little bit of weight on it. And Corryn's going to opt for the hit, and hopefully roll behind that. And if she makes it perfect, it could be difficult for Gim to remove. You'd like to, if you're going to roll anywhere but dead behind, you probably roll a little more than less here, Terry. I think probably I'd like to force them a little bit out to the wings to play that come around hit, maybe.
Yeah,
hit it
and
first.
playing this, I mean, I think you ideally you would love to, kind of sneak that thing underneath there, but you just don't want to leave the exact same shot.
No. She might be real close on this. She needs to curl a little more. Not quite enough.
Yeah.
Nice try, actually. Just needed about another half, maybe an inch of curl, something like that.
You can just see by the way they played this whole end, though, that you know this is why they're kind of undefeated and they're really kind of trouncing some of the teams.
Yeah,
They've
just
executed
steady.
really well.
Yeah, super steady. And we see that from a lot of the Asian teams. They all sort of have the same demeanor. They smile a little bit, have some fun with it. You don't really know if they're losing badly for sure because they just don't show that. And it's and they don't lose badly very much anymore anyway. I think there's what 3 or 4 Korean teams in the top 15 in the world or something like that. So hit for 2 here for Gim. A tiny bit in out, but I think she should be okay. She doesn't have a lot of weight on this. Trying to make it curl a little bit.
Yeah, right on the nose.
Bang in the nose. So a very solid first end here for Team Gim, and they will take a 2-0 lead here as we go to break. Be back in a minute.
Hey, Ben, what's the odds?
The 2025-2026 Grand Slam of Curling schedule is out, with big events happening all over Canada, like the Masters heading to London in September, the Tour Challenge from Nisku this October, the Canadian Open from Saskatoon in December, and the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsoctickets.com. Let's rock.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
So she's been around for a while, yeah.
So we're back, and NG Gim put together a pretty solid first end, Terry, to manufacture a 2.
Very solid. Just like their execution, like their decision making, when to kind of move up front and start removing some rocks, and like you said, a pretty solid deuce.
Yeah. And as you mentioned, NG has been around for a little while. You mentioned she was on a bronze medal team, or I don't know if she was skipping that team or whatever, way back 2014, 10 years ago.
Way back.
Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah. Yeah. Even for us, I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. We won't talk about when she was born, how many years after that. Or before that. Anyway, so we're started here. So Gim goes to the 4-foot, sort of a traditional first shot here, because the other team's probably going to throw the corner, which they did. Now she'll play a tight guard, probably, I think.
Yeah, I think maybe it's the lead and the second for Eugene Kim that's left-handed. I'm sure they have 2 left-handed players.
I think you're right. I think it would be, and probably his lead and second or lead and third. Obviously, this is the lead, and she was left-handed, so we're putting our highly trained investigative knowledge to work here to figure this out. But
well, and Sean was saying when we were talking about, and they look like twins, like for sure, the two sisters, if there are sisters. And he said, could you imagine if one was right-handed, one was left-handed? It slipped one in without you wanted to throw an out turn. You could slip the right-hander in if on one side of the sheet and slip the left-hander in on the other. We were having a good laugh over that.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how they go about the process of naming, obviously, in Asian countries, but I know from talking with Dave, generally speaking, that
Yeah,
the way we list it for us to pronounce it is not exactly the way that they do it.
that
So
they do it. Yes.
yeah, so I'm really not sure. And so good start for both teams here. So there's your answer anyway, Terry.
Yep.
Yeah, the front end are both left-handers. We don't know if they're sisters, but we do know they're both left-handers. And my guess would be that they might not be sisters.
No, the second and the third are sisters.
Oh,
we
second and
thought.
third, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, right. I'm on the. Get them written down the wrong way here. So Corryn Brown will now try to play the freeze, the yellow freeze on the red in the 4-foot. Not a lot of room to work there, but if you can make this one good, you can be in a pretty good position.
The degree of difficulty, I think, for shots like this is extremely high. And I mean, if I'm kind of making a comment towards Corwin and her team, it would be, let's try and keep this as simple as possible in the early ends. And I wouldn't be, if I'm Team Brown, I'm not overly upset if I can throw these rocks up and down the sheet for 4 ends.
So Sarah Colton now, second stone for Team Brown.
This Brown team, I mean, we've talked about briefly that they've been to the Scotties and all that stuff. So, but last year was their first really good year. They advanced to the playoffs for the first time. They had a 6-2 record before the playoffs. And this is the identical team that went to the Scotties last year.
Yeah, I think pretty obvious that they are probably the top dogs in BC women's curling right now. Not that they can't be beat, but they certainly are the team we see and seem to know the most about. We've got some other teams in BC playing here that are really solid, but it can take a lot to dethrone them, I think. That's a very nice shot.
Very, very well done, yes.
So the question now, without hammer, do you want to try to run that back? And I think that's probably not a bad option, to run the red on red and get rid of something here. No, she's going to opt to guard.
Yeah, I'm playing the guard as well. I like that.
Well, it's nice sometimes to just stay on offense. And you have a little bit of help from the setup on the other side, so you don't really, not quite as simple as it might look, but. So Sujit Kim with her final rock here in the second end.
Yeah, that'd be her in turn. Really trying to carve this thing over, and they've done it.
That's a good throw. Just about where she wanted it. So Brown now will run something here.
Yeah, she has to clean this up a bit. Ideally making this double peel here.
Yeah.
Red on red.
Yeah, because you could run it straight back. You'd get eliminated a rock, probably sit whatever, 2, 3, 4, but you still may never be able to get at the shot rock.
Yeah, well done. I like this gal's throw here.
Yeah,
So
that was a
cool.
really solid throw. The former junior skip.
Smooth and real. I call it a tight release.
And explain that one a little tiny bit.
Well, I mean, so I mean, she holds like there's no rock movement until she gets ready to throw it, like with the handle. It's just like
Okay.
I don't know why I call it tight.
Okay. Well, that's good enough. Didn't know if there was something that
No. It's
I could
just like
figure.
she holds it and nothing happens until
Yeah.
she's ready to release that. Team Kim just continues to pour the pressure on Corwin.
Yeah, I think it's really a tough situation for Brown now.
I think she's got to jiggle them.
I think so too. You could play it with not maybe tons of weight. You'd have a couple of yellows around, but you're still going to be the Gim team is going to be sitting better than you are. I think by the time this is all done. So you mentioned Sarah Colton a couple of minutes ago. Terry, and Shasha has 10 Scotties appearances right from back in 2014 right up until 2025 last year with obviously the BC squad, but she did play out of Yukon and Northwest Territories for Yukon for her early days from up until 2017, then the NWT from 17 to 24. So she's been has a wealth of experience.
For sure.
And she's only 32, so it's not like, what's 2014 was, what's that, 21 years ago? So she played her first Scotties at 11?
No, 11 years ago.
11 years ago. Okay, that's much better. That's not very good math, Jim. I just feel older than that, so 11 years ago. So she played her first Scotties at 21 and played almost every year since then, to be honest. So
yeah.
She missed 2016 and missed 2021 when everybody missed it. So yeah, that's a.
They've elected to play this, out-turn come around, and I mean, I gotta admit that I'm not a real big fan of this. I think that Corwin would be better off trying to jiggle those around, and I think hitting the top red one, which she originally talked about, and trying to move her shooter towards that corner guard would be a better
I would
option
agree with
at
that.
this stage.
Yeah. You end up with shot rock, but it's accessible. But you end up with whatever number 3 or something like that as well. So you have a little more happening. I don't know how this ever translates into a deuce for you. And by the way, one last comment on Sarah Colton. I was right that she is married now, but I was wrong because she's not a lawyer. She's actually a doctor. So good for Sarah. So
You wonder how they, like in a profession like that, how you can get away as much as she is to curl in all these events.
Yeah, I often wonder how anybody in any profession gets away as much as some of these people do.
Yeah,
But
true.
if you just use up all your vacation, I get that. But man, every cash spiel now, practically the big spiels start on Tuesday every week. It's and you got to get there Tuesday or Wednesday. So it's a lot of time. It's a big commitment. Now we can't claim that all of our curlers now work for a living outside of curling either. There's a number of them that really do not, and we're going to see more of that probably if this professional league that they're trying to get going at the end of the season takes off at all. That remains to be seen. I'm very interested to see what happens with that. But so Team Gim here anyway is going to play the yellow on the red and get rid of that.
See, to me, that's just well thought out too.
Yeah, that's a pretty lonely yellow there right now with 3 to come.
Yeah.
Very, very accessible. Do have a chance to sit 2 though. Playing a freeze. Make sure it doesn't over curl on you here.
Yeah.
The nice thing, if there's a nice thing for Corryn, though, it's that the reds certainly line up on her yellow, but they also, if you can get something behind there, the yellow doesn't line up on whatever you get behind there. So still might work out. Aaron Pincott. A little away from Aaron. Would seem to think that she's got a lot of weight. She feels she's got a lot of weight, I think.
I'd like to go on this, I'll tell you. Like to carve it.
Yeah. Just the weight is not. I think she's going to be fine.
She's fine, yeah.
Nicely done. She's probably a foot or two heavy, but that's a pretty good spot. So Gim is going to have a look here and see if there's a way that she can make the
couple of,
yeah. Like a foot or something.
maybe a foot and a half, yeah.
Yeah. It'd be 42 centimeters, I think, Terry, would be what we're looking at here for.
Oh my Lord.
That'd be, what would that be? That'd be, I don't know, 10 inches would be 25 centimeters. So 42 would be close.
I'm still in the imperial, the imperial stage.
Minji Kim now playing a little hit and flop with this shot. She looks like she's got it just about where she wants. Might be going to overcurl a little bit.
No.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really good.
That is a nice shot. Yeah, and that might be exactly what she was doing. I think we both thought that she was maybe going to try to hit a little higher than that and have her shooter, have the red one stay a little closer to the center line and the shooter maybe guarded. But regardless, that's pretty darn good. Although I think Brown can get it. We're going to have another look at it. Take this, Tara.
Yeah, no. So they're just trying to hit the high side to ensure that they drag that the red one that they're that was frozen. Just trying to make sure that it goes in the right direction, and it was never kind of going like we talked about. How many centimeters, Jim? You'll have to help
42.
me out.
That'd be 42. It actually rolled significantly higher number than that. But
That's right. That's right.
Yeah. Either way, worked out pretty good. I do think that they did let it curl a little more than they originally planned, but man, solid team here. So, but Brown does have a chance here to sneak this by and still stay for two. It's not easy, and I think you got to be not real heavy with this, but.
She probably leaves a fairly easy double back, though.
She might.
And then looks at 4.
They're only numbers.
I know.
This one's going to miss the back. This is a...
Yep, it's fine.
Man, I tell you what, that was a heck of a shot. Did it stay?
Oh,
No, it didn't.
No.
That's really unlucky, but man, that was so close to making that perfect. That was not easy to make that and stay, Terry.
No, it really wasn't. Yeah. And I mean, they might be kicking themselves that they probably should have swept that just a tad bit more. But those are hard line calls. But I mean, at this really level, hard, you've got to make those. I don't think Team Gim ever takes on the double, but I think you just try and nose this and sit 2.
Yeah. It's one of those that you might make the double by accident here, because if you do try to, you try to get a little. I don't know what turn she's going to throw. I assume she's going outside in here, but if you do get a little bit of an overcurl on nose, you might make the roll and the double both. And
that's right. That's right. Yeah. And I think they're playing roll kind of all day, but.
Yeah, they did indicate that. You got to be a little careful. You got to be a little bit safe here. You don't want to overcurl and jam it on your own or something like that. So you might err a little bit on a heavier side than what you really need to make the roll. But we'll see. These teams seem to just like, well, this is what we're going to play, and we throw the weight to make it, and we don't need to talk about what might not happen. you know.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean,
It's obviously going to be close.
yeah, it looks like they got this perfect. Yeah, rolling underneath it. Yeah.
Very nice shot. You can see what we were talking about, though. If that curls another inch,
Oh, it's
she makes-
buried and makes the double.
exactly, yeah. Either way, Corryn's got not a nice situation here. Really, the shot here is to probably draw. She doesn't look like she really wants to.
No.
Man, I don't. Oh, she's playing this for two. Sorry, Terry. I never even thought of that.
I would think so.
Yeah. So now I agree that this is probably the shot. It does risk, you do risk being down 3-0, but it's not any more difficult probably than the draw right now. And if you make it, you get two. That would be a heck of a skip's deuce.
For sure. I mean, this is pretty thin. I'm gonna say a quarter by the looks of it.
Corryn always has that little odd sort of way of watching the rock go down, finding sideways. This has got to curl a bunch.
Yeah,
Might not make contact.
Oh.
Not good. Not good at all.
No.
Got lucky, to be honest. I don't know how many she gave up. Looks like
Two.
going to give up two, but man,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate. That was so close to being really good. But as a result, Team Gim will pick up another two.
I'm just going to say, if we can look at that again when we come back, I mean, I just want you to look at where the placement of her rock is.
Look at it right now.
No, we're
Okay.
not.
Thought we were. Okay.
I mean, she just doesn't have it under her nose, like maybe it causes that in out.
Sure. Okay, we're going to go to a break here as we finish the second end, and Team Gim with a fairly commanding early lead of 4-0 over Team Brown.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia Custom Chaos? One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Booster juice.
Handily, 7-0.
7-0.
Yeah. So we're back here at the Saville Community Sports Center in Edmonton, Alberta for the Saville Grand Prix on Curling Stadium. Terry, a big deuce, another big deuce for Team Gim in the second end, taking a 4-0 lead. What does Brown have to change or make happen here to get back in this?
Well, I mean, she's got to be all in now. I think I just, the way this Team Gim's playing is they're absolutely on a roll. They're throwing it so well. Again, I just wish Corwin would have, kind of throwing it up and down the rink or up the ice, up and down the ice for a couple of ends. Let all our team get, you know, maybe into a groove, not a whole lot of difficulty. They've shown that, you know, that they can play. Like, I mean, it's not a question of, you know, can you not play, but I just think when a team's playing as well as they are, like Team Gim, you really have to, you know, kind of keep the percentages of your team up, and you know, the last end is more, or this end's more of the same of the last end is, you know, you have the hammer, and we're just playing around the center ice. You've reduced the scoring, you know, margin so quickly in the end, and then you're not, you know, kind of willing to blast it and open it up. So I just think the formula doesn't work against these really good teams.
Yeah, sometimes you drop that 2 in the first end. You get 2 things happen. One is sometimes you get a little bit of a panic and try to go a little too hard, too fast. But secondly, and to what you're sort of saying too, is that sometimes you got to take a minute to breathe. You know, just say, well, that didn't work so good. Just let me go ahead and I can play out an end here. Keep it simple, so you know, so I don't have anything too difficult. Now you're sort of in the opposite position where 4-0, you don't have a lot of luxury in really keeping the game very open. So it's tougher. I will say I've seen enough of Corryn Brown playing that the situation doesn't rattle her too much. I think she's got the nerve and the confidence to play this kind of game, but it's tough when you're down 4-0 and the other team, as you say, is making pretty well everything, and you're just
I like opening this up.
I don't think she has a lot of choice, to be honest. I think you're right. I think it's got to do something here, whether it's just a little hit and flop to the rings, get another rock in play somewhere so you have some numbers at least, and go from there. Can't quite tell how far apart those are, but they don't look very far apart. I don't know how she's going to play this and not just take her own out, but
I don't know what the weight call was. I mean, it wasn't a normal hit, but I think they're trying to roll underneath that corner guard by hitting this one right on the center line.
Yeah.
Maybe jiggle
stuff around a little bit. Yeah, that looks like maybe what a little bit more. That's what I was thinking. I think you could probably throw this with a, you know, a back line to hack kind of weight and move a few things and maybe set up some better angles. But
she's going to hit the top one and roll under, maybe. Got to get it on the ring. She did. Okay.
That's a very good shot.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know for sure if it's a solution, but it's a very good shot. If it ever goes another few inches, I'll stay in that inches mode.
Thank you.
I'm more considerate than you really believe. Anyway.
2.54 centimeters in an inch. That's all I remember.
Yeah. In my career as a golf course superintendent over the last few years, we didn't have a choice but to kind of make some conversions. Still measure in yards, but a lot of other stuff was in you know, grams, milligrams, and centimeters and stuff like that. So looking for hitting a roll here, double actually for the Gim team. And she's
close. Oh, jeepers creepers.
Man. Poor Corryn Brown could be in for a long day or a short day here if things don't turn around. So nice shot by Team Gim. Yeah. Never really in a doubt of making that shot. It's they're just throwing it really well right now. So what are you thinking if you're Brown here? Are you gonna bash something in the front or go around and chip and roll to the corner? Or?
Well, she could try and make that, you know, soft shot on the one on the top of the button and try and roll underneath the red corner guard, I suppose. She can also, broom side, hit that one on the center line high and probably get all 3 of those moving.
Yeah, that probably not. And because you have a couple corners to work with too, Terry, it's probably not a bad option really. Although, there you go.
There you go.
Much better looking situation. And still early enough in the end to be able to utilize some of that stuff and and grab a deuce here along the way.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you're going to see this again. Couldn't be much better than this, I don't think, Terry. Maybe you could hit it a little bit lower and roll your shooter the
Yeah,
other
I
way
mean,
or
she
something.
could have
But
hit.
heck,
She could have hit it just a tad bit on the with a little bit more. I guess was that curl? I can now. I didn't even remember what way it was rotating, but yes, could have probably got all three of them out of the rings. But I mean, small victories, right? I mean, it's way better than
yeah.
it was.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, yeah. And on that curl thing, Terry, I mean, that was solid 2.5 minutes ago. They can't expect us to remember things out, that are from the past all the time. So
Exactly.
yeah. We have to help entertain ourselves here this morning. We're just it's a very early morning game for everybody, and for those of you watching, we appreciate you're here. And remind you that we are here all day. We aren't. Terry's here for one more game, but Curling Stadium is here for both the semifinal round and the final round. And please consider making that part of your day, watching some of the best women's curling in the country and beyond the country.
That's right. Yes.
So Dean Gim not playing any defense here. They could have considered hitting the yellow one, but they're like, well, we got this going pretty good. Why don't we just put it in the 4-foot behind that one, which they did. A little deep, but
yeah, and I think this gives Team Brown an opportunity.
It does.
It's probably not where I would have gone with that, but I mean, like you say, I mean, everything's working. So for Team Gim, so keep going until it doesn't work.
Yeah, this is one of the situations with Team Brown that they have to make this, Terry. Like it's got to be. You kind of got to break there when that slid back, and actually it helps you way more than it helps them. And you've got to come down now and make a good shot here and put yourself in a decent position to score for starters and have a good chance at 2. This is maybe a little hot. Needs to get over. Don't know if it's going to get over far enough. Well, it's coming.
It's coming.
Ah, nicely done. Beautiful shot. And Pincott, really nice shot. And a must-make shot.
Yeah, she's going to play the yellow on yellow.
Yeah. Would you have taken out that yellow one, the shot before this, Terry? Would you have?
Yep.
Yeah, me too. I think that, and we talked about, they had it going and everything. All that stuff works. But sometimes you got to look at, situational situation, whatever. A 4-0 lead. You don't really need to force the issue. Let them try to figure out how to force the issue. But anyway, she didn't. She left it there, and now she's looking at playing a double. And she'll probably be very close. We're just in the wrong league, Terry. That's the problem there, yeah.
Great shot.
Yeah, you're going to have another look at it here. Really just about perfect. They didn't really even do a lot, a little bit of sweeping. Yeah, I guess a fair bit of sweeping, but still, great shot.
Yeah, I just, I mean, I always preach to the juniors that I've coached, let's not help the opposition. And I think, just where Gim placed that rock, that was helping the opposition, but then you turn around and go, well, no, we're not helping them. We're helping ourselves make doubles.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately, Aaron comes up short on that. Made a nice one on the first one. That one there short. And another problem for Corryn Brown. She's doesn't have a ton to work with right here. Suspect that judging by just judging by the way Gim played her last shot, she may well come right around that. I wouldn't be a bit surprised to see her do that.
I would have thought they might have, run the red into the yellow myself, but.
Yeah, possibly. I guess it carries a little tiny bit of risk. If you ever hit a little high side or something, and high or low, whichever way you want to look at it, and drive the yellow on the red, then you're doing what you just said. You don't want to help the opposition. So a lot of discussion here. I think now talking guard.
Yeah, I don't think you could hit the red onto the yellow onto the red.
Oh, okay.
That's,
It doesn't look like it on the long view. On the overhead, it looks like it could possibly happen, but it would
Oh
have to
yeah,
be,
no, I mean, yeah, it could.
yeah, very unfortunate to make that happen for sure. And not only that, they haven't missed a shot yet today, so they probably weren't going to do that.
But, yeah, good point.
Looking for a very, very tight guard, thinking that Corryn Brown's not going to have much choice but to play a draw here.
They're taking away that intern draw.
Yeah. The only problem with this at all is that if Corryn does switch it up, which she probably will, and play the tap on the red one that we were just talking about, tap on red and yellow, not an easy shot, but if she gets it in there, you're probably not getting it out because there's going to be another rock out front here in a minute. But it's not easy.
No.
I don't see any much else so far, to be honest, other than the angle raise takeout over there, slash it over, but that looks really hard.
I just don't.
Yeah.
See how she doesn't have that rock under her nose, like it's off. It's
off the shoulder,
off her right eye, and shoulder.
Yeah.
And so you'll notice her motion. She gets it there as she's like, and then she moves her hand towards the line of delivery.
Yeah, I think that, I think that might partially be, and I'm just reading into this a little bit, partially a result of the way the ice conditions are now. Most of these international teams are playing here as much as anywhere, and so unlike years ago when they played on, everybody talked about, well, they have ice that doesn't curl 2 inches and blah 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 blah. Now they're playing only on these kinds of ice conditions, and they recognize the fact that as long as you're not narrow one shots, you can probably make them work. And to get them not to curl too much, sometimes you use that little bit of that popping motion out, or whatever words you want to use to describe it. And I wonder if it comes a little bit from that, Terry. I don't know. That's a long way to big.
No, I mean yeah. Well, and you see a lot of the players today. When they get in the hack, the rock handle is like north south, and they come out, and then I call it gearing it out to the broom. And when we teach it, it's like 2 o'clock for the out turn if you're right-handed, 10 o'clock on the in turn. And so I know I've done curling clinics even 2 years ago where people have said, like, why 10 and 2? Like, look at the pros, or they don't do that on TV. And it's like, well, that ice is swinging 6-7 feet, and the ice we're on is swinging 2-3 feet.
Yeah, no, you're right. It gets harder to explain that for sure. When so many people now start with straight handles, and they actually, they're cranking it over there basically compared to the way we would ever think of teaching before.
So this is a draw. I thought, as you mentioned, she might play the tap, but
yeah, I think she's going to try to tap this one.
She is playing the tap.
Wow. Well, I'll tell you what, that was a heck of an effort. I have to assume she was still thinking she might be able to get 2 by playing that shot, but man, that was hard. I can't help but I felt like the little tap on the red on the yellow would have been an easier task. Maybe not result with a shot for 2 or 3, but you had to get one in there.
Now you go right around.
Yeah. There are at least a couple of yellows in there right now, although I think they're not exactly sure where they are. I don't know if they're 2-3 or 3-4 or what they are there, but I guess you're probably not ever going to count the red on the left. So
yeah, I do think yellow is 2.
Number 2, yeah, I think so too. Yeah. Uijeongbu Kim now with her final rock here in the third end. Pretty pleased with the way the game's gone so far. We'll look at coming right around here, and if she puts this in the right spot, Corryn Brown's going to be in been a heap of trouble with not much to work with. So. Girls are not doing too much with this. Okay, here we go. Thought she might be a little heavy at first, but not so much. So it's curling pretty hard, lots of room.
Curls so hard there at the end.
Looking for a little bit more of the house than she's going to get, but still pretty darn good shot.
Second shot.
Is there a possibility of a triple for 3 here?
There is. There is.
Wow, that would be a dramatic change in things, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
A really hard shot, though, we will say. First of all, triples are never going to be easy, but there's a lot of easier ones than this. So,
But I think the bottom line is it's there, you know.
Well, yeah, and really, other than playing the tap for 1, which isn't very easy either, this has the return on this is pretty big if you can make it.
Mm-hmm.
And if you make it, even if you make it and don't get the triple, I can't quite tell what it would be, but I think you're still going to score at least 1, maybe 2, if you make the double and roll over the top of the other rock. But
yeah, I mean, it's hard to tell whether that one on the very back is 3rd or 4th shot.
So we'll see. First part of the plan is to make sure you hit both these reds, and then see what happens, I guess. So final rock here in the 3rd end for Corryn Brown. Really needs this one. Are we doing much with this one? Sarah Holton going to try to make it move a little bit. Oh, now the straights might be close. Might be really close.
Yeah.
Oh,
tough one. Ooh.
He needed to hold it just a little bit straighter.
Yeah.
Certainly at
Definitely.
least 2 here.
I would think too.
Have another look at this, Terry. So
yeah, I mean, so they just needed to sweep it a little early, because in order to make that triple, you had to make that double and and stay right there. So the sweeping call should have been literally on the shorter double, and then you probably make the triple.
Yeah, just an inch or 2, or probably an inch less on the rock, and we would have made it. So unfortunately for
4 centimeters, Jim.
Yeah, I knew that. I tried not to go there. Anyway, we got to go to break. It's 6-0 lead for Team Gim after 3 ends. We'll be back for the 4th end right after this.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games, and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Pullman, Mowat, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Such a good 3rd.
Yeah. So we're back here for end number 4. We've got a 2 and a 2 and a 2 on the board for Team Gim. A solid 6-0 lead after 3 ends of play, and really not much change as far as Team Brown. Terry, they got to try to get on the scoreboard, and even a 2 would certainly be helpful. And usually when you're this far down, the opposition, it will almost give you 2. Like, you don't have to do anything spectacular to get 2. The trick is to get more than 2. So.
Yeah, and the math doesn't work anymore. Give them 2, take 1. Give them 2, take 1. Give them 2, take 1. That math has long been thrown out the window here, down 6-0.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't work in metric or imperial, actually. So,
Well, see, we've kind of educated people, and
we're trying. We're trying.
but yeah, I think if you're Team Brown now, you just got to score. I mean,
Yeah.
that's like the short term goal. I mean, if you can ever make it a game, that's a whole other story. I mean, it's not worthy of discussion right now. Um, but I mean, get on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Let's see what happens.
yeah. You score something or other, whatever that might be, and then go hard to steal your brains out after that. And the first time that doesn't work, you're probably shaking hands and going home. So,
That's right. And
yeah,
I mean, you can't score two until you score one. So
yeah.
I mean, that I went way out on the limb to say that. So
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. I got to think about that one for a minute or two. So I didn't think it'd be that deep, but it's getting deeper as I have nothing else. I don't have a lot else to talk about right yet, so I'm sort of trying to figure out if that really made sense. But I think it did. I'm giving it to you anyway, buddy. Okay. Well, we got the corner guards up for Corryn Brown. The team Gim and her team out of Uijeongbu, Korea, with a 6-0 lead. Yeah, I looked that one up before we started, and I wouldn't have never said it that way if I didn't look it up. Which is a neat feature, except for sometimes you get a couple of different sites give you totally different pronunciations, but everybody's in bed in Korea, so nobody will be writing to us telling us, that's not how you say it. So,
well, I'm telling you, like all you have to do is look in the chat. It's full of I'm just guessing Korean individuals that are quite active in the chat
today.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting.
I can't read it, but
okay. Well, that's part of my problem. I don't have anything showing up in the chat. Anyway, that's our problem. We'll figure that out after. So a nice guard here for Team Gim. Unfortunately for poor Corryn, she just needs one of these rocks to be a miss, like a full-out miss, and give her an opportunity. Now every shot is difficult. She doesn't get to play very many basic shots here.
I know, and you know, like in reality, you're playing from behind. Nothing's kind of working. I mean, I'd even try and play this shot in between the small hole and try and roll over under the corner guard.
Yeah. Yeah, you're at that stage where you can play some shots that you might otherwise consider playing. So just gonna sneak this one by, trying to make some contact. It's not going to roll far enough, unfortunately, but it's there. It might cause a little bit of problem for Team Gim.
Hey guys, this is Rory McCusker, producer, jumping on here. I got a little tech tip to help with the Korean characters in the chat.
Okay.
So I don't think this works on your smart TV, but if you're watching on your phone or laptop, you can right-click or select your options, 3 buttons on the top, and translate on page is what the option is. This works on a Google Chrome browser. So if you right-click, translate on page, all those Korean symbols will turn to English, and you get to see what our Korean fans are saying, and it's
You are amazing. You are amazing.
That's Rory's tech tip for the day.
So Rory,
I
have a question though for you. I don't want to be on live here. I'm not seeing anything in the chat on my iPad here, so I don't know what's going on there. But
I think that's a you problem, Jim.
Yep. Okay.
Rory, you kill me.
Okay, have fun, guys.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy.
So Team Gim got that one out, and they're now sitting 3 again. Corryn Brown trying to figure out what to do here, and it is just so tough right now. I don't know where this shot's going, though, to be honest. It looks like she's maybe coming through that port. Would be easier on the out turn, it looks like to me, but
I would think so, yeah. I mean, even the language on Team Brown is like, I don't know, like, what does it matter? They make everything against us.
yeah.
Oh dear.
Well, yeah, Sarah's looking at another hit. His problem here, and I understand where Corryn's coming from, is that she really doesn't want to be playing a lot of hits, but just nothing seems to be working. But I still think it's an out turn through the hole, maybe a little chap and roll on top of the rock on the edge in the 8 foot. That looks like the best shot to me.
Yeah, and I think that's what Sarah is just saying. You know, like we're better off playing through the hole.
Yeah.
Well, as we mentioned earlier at the start of this, the winner of this is going to take on the winner of the Cameron and Laws game, and Jimmy has mentioned there that that game is ongoing right now, and it's Team Laws with a 5-0 lead, playing the third
now,
end.
Right? Sorry,
5-2
now. Yeah, playing the fourth with
okay.
Laws having hammer. So yeah.
And in other quarterfinal action, I've got Yui Wang from China with a 4-2 lead over Taylor Reese Hansen. And Selena Sturmey, after scoring 3 in the second against Eubene Park, gave up 4 in the third. So it's Eubene Park 4 and Selena Sturmey 3. You're caught up.
All right. Well done. It's nice when there's not 10 sheets going. Anyway.
Yeah.
Whoa, going through here, going to try to maybe.
Yeah, okay, she.
Well, kind of okay, but man, that was a way harder shot, I think, than
going
the other way to accomplish basically the same thing.
Well, and she didn't accomplish much. I think Red's still sitting 3. No, they're sitting 2. They're sitting 2. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 at most, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Kim now looking at peeling this guard.
Yeah. Again.
I think she's peeling the center guard, but maybe not. Maybe she's peeling.
No,
she's peeling the corner.
The corner. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, technically so sound.
Yeah.
It's going to make contact here. We'll get rid of that. I don't know. I like Corryn's situation better now than I did with that one there, to be honest. Just play this shot in here, freeze. And,
yeah, I know.
She might be able to play herself into having some kind of shot for a multiple score at least. Might not be 3, but certainly 2.
And they're looking for 1. I remember playing a guy one time, and it was similar. Like we were just on fire, and at the fourth end, I think we were up 7 or 8-0 playing 4, and they got their 1, and they shook hands, and we were playing till we got 1, and I said, "Oh my God! If you had told me that earlier, I could have made sure you got 1 last in."
Yeah.
Oh,
so a little short on that. Again, probably will remove that. It looks a little tiny bit risky, but
yeah.
I think you've got to. I don't think you're rolling way over there, but it certainly could roll a rock. Even just don't even roll at all. It's not bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you roll all the way over there? You got rid of a corner guard, so you had access to that.
Yeah. Third stone now, Minji Kim.
She's got it. Just exactly the way she wanted to play it.
Yeah, I'd say 4 to 4 for that. Be pretty good.
Oh, these girls are just one. They're very talented, but two, they're all firing on the same cylinder right now.
Yeah. And the other thing we've seen over the last, well, several years now, but there was a time when the Europeans and Asian teams were particularly the Asian teams were technically okay. They could throw the rock very well, but they
Yeah.
didn't necessarily play the game all that well. And now it's
Right.
not very often you go through and say, well, that's not a good call. That's not a good call. Even when they play a shot that you might not play, they've looked at them all and you know that they've talked about it and thought
Yes.
about it. So really a different world when it comes to the international teams nowadays, for sure.
Yeah, their strategy has developed just like their, shot making. It's on a steep upcline. You don't get many. You don't get many anymore that are beating themselves through poor strategy.
Exactly, yeah. And missed shots. Unfortunately for Aaron Pincott, that's not going to do a lot of good.
Yeah.
So Gim having a look here to see if she wants to hit this at 5 or just be happy sitting 3 or 4 or what. It's just
Yeah.
yeah. These are the ones when you're losing. You ever find this isn't really a fair comparison here. You're going to see it's not exactly the same, but sometimes when you have one of those games and you're getting beat pretty good and really the other team just doesn't really have to do anything, and then they spend 6 minutes trying to figure out whether or not to sit 3 or sit 4, and you're like, come on, you guys, like it's 7-1 for you. Like doesn't really matter how many you sit, just do one or the other, right? So I've had some games like that. I hate to admit it, but I have had the odd game like that where it's like, what are you guys talking about? Holy cow.
I know.
Yeah.
I think we've all been there.
Yeah. I hope so. I was worried I was going to be the only guy that was like that. So. And I don't have enough years of curling left to make up for all of that. So.
Well, Schmel did tell me to, make you feel good and say that, yeah, you've been there, done that.
Yeah.
I said, okay, Dave, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. The old days. I remember when those days not that long ago when you used to go on the ice and know you're going to win like 95% of the games you play in the club without really even having to do anything spectacular. Now it's like, I kind of hope we make the playoffs. Anyway.
Yeah.
So Team Gim now, outturn draw, basically. A little bit of a shot in here. We'll see where this is going to go. She's going to come right on top of her. Oh, she's going right around. Holy cow, going right around to the back one. Not going to quite get there, but.
Okay, Timmer, we're going to have to call that a miss.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, we'll put a little red star beside that. We usually save the red stars, like Buck Martinez says, for the good shots, but when
That's right.
Yeah, today I don't have any blue stars. I'm going with a little red star to note that the roof started to fall in here in the 7th end when.
Oh my gosh.
Corryn probably sitting 2 or not 2, but second shot maybe. I don't know. Is the yellow one at the back?
It's hard to tell. Yeah.
I think the yellow one at the back is closer than any of the reds. I think.
Yeah.
I do. Just let me check.
I do too. So it's just, for me, it's a question of, is it 2-3 or just 2?
Oh yeah, good question. Well, I just switched glasses here, so I'll tell you in a minute.
Could we have the Jeopardy game theme, please, Connor?
Oh, Connor's on the other sheet.
Okay.
He might come back if you put in a special request. So Jim Cotter now is going to have a conversation with the team here on this timeout. It was interesting yesterday when Derek Samogalski is now coaching Kate Cameron's team, and Derek came on the ice, and he just kind of hasn't. I don't know how long he's been coaching, but at this level hasn't been coaching a lot. And he found himself standing in the 8 foot at one point, and very quickly realized, oh, I'm not supposed to be here. Backed right on out of it, but he kind of forgot. He thought, well, I'm in the game. Put me in, coach. He's the coach. Anyway,
Yes. Yeah.
this is interesting, though. I don't, they might be trying to figure out how do we manufacture more than two, or at least
Yeah.
two, and it's not. I think if you hit this, I don't know. It's hard to if you make the double almost on the red, biting the button, and your own yellow. I think you're going to be sitting two.
See, I think the one on the center line that year, I don't think you can move that one. Unfortunately, they have to play this one because I think the red, if on the forefoot or on the button, it's going to come off either the red or it's going to come right back on the yellow-red combo there.
My apologies on that. I was actually looking at the overhead where that long guard is not there. So it was much easier if you're playing that shot than it is.
That's right.
Make it now when they put that red rock back. So anyway, okay, yeah. One thing about it, they did a nice timeout. Wasn't like a overly extended lot of options. Jim, I think, just pointed out what he thought you could do, and the girls bought into it, which makes perfect sense. I was like Jim Cotter as a curler and as a person, and I've never met him personally, but he's very talented. So I'm gonna try to hold this a little bit straight. Not quite sure where she has to hit it, but she's gonna get that one.
Close, yeah.
Well, I don't really know what the exact shot was, but a pretty good result, I think.
I think that was pretty close to what they were trying to do. At least now she, potentially has an in-off for, I think the Korean team's going to take that right away from her.
Well, they might, yeah, but
you might have a double still back, so.
Yeah.
But so, I mean, you've done some coaching. When you come out, are you imposing, your shot on the team, or are you kind of just going to present options and let them pick?
Yeah. Well, most of the teams I'm coaching are not. They just aren't quite at the, like in Nova Scotia, they're sort of in that, probably that 3 to 6 range as far as ranking and junior and stuff like that. So. Most of the time they want to be told. I get the sense they want to be told, but I will try. And I found myself over recent years, although I'm not doing quite as much now, I do ask. I said, "What are you thinking, you guys?" And we kind of go through that, and then I will tell them what I think, and let them figure from there. But that's always a bit of a dilemma. And you see both, like when Reed Carruthers comes out
Reed comes out with
it's like
he's telling them.
This is what you do, and he's coaching one of the top 3-4 teams in the world, so he makes no bones about it. Like he's coming out with an opinion, and that's kind of it. And and some other people, you go out, you're thinking like, I don't know what the point of you even being here. Sometimes it's like you're just tell me what you're thinking. Yeah, okay, yeah. You just reinforce their thoughts, but it makes me wonder something. So it's interesting. It's a great question, Terry. I don't know how you do it yourself. We'll talk about that in a minute. So the out-turn hit here. Trying to make the yellow go away and roll. She may not hit it. She did, but she took her roll.
Ooh, they're going to score one if she doesn't throw. Lie down in front of the hack.
Well, I think they're going to score 3 here.
They could score 3 maybe.
I think they will.
I think they just talked about that she touched the yellow rock as if it is a third shot.
Yeah, I think it is.
Wow.
So, out of absolutely nowhere, Corryn Brown has a chance to cut the lead in half here and actually play herself back into this. And it's with 4 ends to go. You never know. She has to stay here. You can't give this point away. So
no, exactly.
Absolutely needs to get the 3. I know at the start of the end we said you got to get 2, but when you have a chance for 3, you got to make this one, especially with being down 6-0.
Yeah. Or in tennis terms, 6-love.
6-love, yeah. Yeah.
Here we go. In turn hit for the 3.
And I'll get that one started and then shift to her favorite watching position.
Yeah.
This looks pretty good. Will it over curl? It's curling pretty hard, but can't touch the yellow.
That. Oh, she didn't.
Whoa.
Nice.
That's a great shot. Have applause in the background.
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, I thought you had a fan base back there somewhere. So just looking at this, trying to figure out whether it's two. They're going to measure here for the third point. So we'll maybe try to hang in until the measure's up, and then we'll go to break. It's actually going to be the fourth end break. So I suspect both teams will take a break.
Yeah, you have to think that Team Gim handed that end to Corryn.
Yeah, I feel like that, and I don't know what exactly they should have did differently, but they just, just kind of went to sleep on it, and all of a sudden, like I say, that three really came out of nowhere, admittedly, but still.
Yeah.
And she didn't throw a very good last shot. I mean, she got lucky on it, but she just didn't throw it very good. So both her shots in that end really were not very good shots, and she's been throwing it so well. So can't see it, but we'll have a little sense here. Oh, going to be yellow for sure.
Yellow all day.
Yeah. So we'll give them a half a second here, but it looks like a 3 spot, and we're going to make an assumption it's 3 until they get down to hang it up, and we'll go to take a short break and be back with you in a minute.
For over 20 years, the Sandra Schmirler Foundation has granted more than $9 million to hospitals across Canada for life-saving equipment for premature and critically ill babies. In the past 4 years alone, $4 million has been granted thanks to the curling community's incredible generosity. The need continues year-round, and with your help, we can ensure every baby has the chance to grow up and become a champion, just like Sandra.
Welcome to therockshop.net, the official store for the Grand Slam of curling. Whether you're looking for the best hats, stylish clothing, fun toys, or unique accessories, the Rock Shop has it all. Shop online anytime at therockshop.net for exclusive Grand Slam of curling gear, or come see us in person at your next event. Therockshop.net, where fans find their favorite curling gear.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends
in front of me here with the volume down. I can probably get the chat on that one, but anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not going to try. So we're back. I think we're back, and it looks like we are. The break's pretty much over. Girls didn't take a long break today. Some of the breaks the last few days have been more like a 5 or 8 minute break, but ready to get at it. And Corryn Brown, Terry, all of a sudden picks up a 3 that I think we both would have lost money on if we had bet on that starting that end. But yeah, Clowder, some nice shots, some nice thoughts, and a little bit of help from the coach. And all of a sudden we have a 6-3 game. Still well in hand for Team Gim, but only maybe a little steal or two away from being right back in this, Terry.
Right. Well, you know what? I mean, if UG Gim does not throw her last rock, I think she's, in all likelihood, she's scoring 1.
Yeah.
But obviously she threw it because she has to. But she ticks her own. She comes off that side wall, as they say, and ticks her own and leaves Corwin or Corryn shot rock and third shot, and Corryn had just had to remove the second shot stone for three. And I mean, even though she rolled way more than she wanted to, she did stop in time for three. So yeah, that's gotta rattle um, Team Gim a little bit, and you just hope that it gives Corryn and their team a little bit of a jump. And here we're going around this corner or the center line guard, and I was just going to say, if she ever happens to just tick that, it's like Corryn got to start to think like, man, like they've missed two shots.
Well, yeah, I think mentally for Team Brown, I mean, they've all been around a long time. They're not going to be out there pouting when they're down 6-0. But at the same time, you got to have a little jolt of adrenaline here and a little bit of excitement happening that you didn't have right up until that last shot. So,
yeah, it would have been interesting just to hear, the conversation that Jim Cotter had with his with the girls.
Yeah, wouldn't it? Yeah. Maybe that's where we could start with the whole miking system somehow or other. If we could ever access access what the coaches are having to say on their times out there, because more and more teams, as you know, I mean, more and more teams actually travel with coaches and things. Which years ago you'd have the maybe one team, two teams that had coaches. Certainly none of the men's teams would have coaches, and you had to be one of the very, very top teams to be able to afford to have a coach travel with you. So
for sure, it's expensive. That's like that's a fifth man, or fifth lady, or fifth individual.
Yeah. So Yeun Sul now with her second rock here in the fifth. And really, the Koreans are still, like I said, in pretty good control of this game. Just have to not be as messy as they were the last end. They just maybe a couple of iffy calls and a couple of iffy shots, but I don't expect that to happen again. So
now they're back to pouring it on.
Yeah.
Corwin and her team, they put up the double centers.
Yeah, perfectly. Chance to freeze here for Brown. Like Sarah Colton once again. And the doctor lets her go pretty good. Sweepers put a little weight down on here, just trying to keep it moving in the right direction, the right speed. This should be pretty good.
Don't want to bounce off,
looking a little bit heavy for sure.
Yeah.
Needs to dop. Yeah, it was a couple feet from being absolutely perfect, but instead it really gives the GIM team a chance to do a couple things. They could run these guards out of there. They could also hit that rock in the house and just flop and sit right there. 3 rocks buried.
6-3. I mean, playing 5. I probably run up and peel that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is where Corwin actually wants to play. I don't know why I keep saying Corwin, but Corryn.
Yeah, well, you've heard the name Corwin before too, but
yeah, I know. I know a Corwin. That's why.
Oh, do you? Okay, that's why.
Yeah.
Well, and that's why it's there's no W in this one. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So a pretty good single peel for Team Gim here. She was kind of looking for the double peel, but she'll take that. The challenge here for Corryn Brown is that what do you do here? Do you go another guard? Just go with, you come right through the port kind of thing, little port, but through there, a little chap and roll. I don't know if there's enough protection out there right yet, Terry.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be all in on steel, right? I mean,
yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's fine to say, well, we could give up one and we're still in it, and we, come back get another three. Yeah, I know, but seventh, that's a big lead, and with only 3 hands to go, down, or if you're up four for the Gim squad. So Sarah Colton now. I don't know what they settled on. I looked away for a minute there. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Going right in.
I think they're going right in. It was kind of that little, as you mentioned, that little chap, and
yeah. Needs to curl a bunch yet. Well, not a bad spot though. I think.
I'm still peeling that front, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. You could peel the front even into the, whatever way side, the right-hand side, I guess, as you look at the overhead of the red, and maybe move some stuff around, but
I'm peeling this. I'm
just
trying to
right
get
away.
that center right into the yellow.
Okay.
Like if I catch the yellow on the way by, that's great. But
yeah.
I'm calling a straight peel on this.
Okay. Girls going hard on this, whatever they want.
Geez, are they ever? This is going to catch the yellow one.
Yeah, that was what I kind of saw as a possible bad situation, but so Corryn's looking at whether or not she wants to hit this red. The other option, I guess, would be just ignore that whole shebang and draw around something on the intern side, probably. But the problem is, you really, like you said a minute ago, really you got to be kind of all in on the steal, and if you are, I don't know if this is going to get you what you want. So, but they're happy with it. They're content with three.
Again, the danger is if you leave it. I mean, it's going to be a short run or a short tap. So, I mean, it's an extremely dangerous rock. But as you say, I mean, by removing it and nosing it, I think you're kind of playing. You're not helping, but you're not making any difficult shots for Team Gim.
Yeah.
Because she's, I mean, she's hitting, at all costs.
Yeah, I just don't see a lot of danger here yet for the Korean squad yet. She'll look at making a double here and get rid of a couple, maybe roll behind that guard. And
got that going.
Might just get them one. She does.
Yeah. She got that going a bit. Yeah, now I like this, especially. I mean, you could remove the red ones and catch it right on the nose, but I guess, like I say, I think you got to be all in on stealing, because that 2-1, 2-1, 2-1 math doesn't work.
No. But it comes closer than it did before the last 10. Anyway.
It most certainly does.
Yeah. I have to get that little calculator back out and see. Well, maybe it does. Anyway, we're playing the draw here. I like the draw too. It's unfortunately going to be on the guard and short. Not going to do much really to help out the brown squad. And Pinkot's struggling a little bit. That really wasn't very close, Terry, to be honest.
No, that was kind of a real big shot.
Yeah. Looking at whether the double's here, I think, where it goes.
Yeah, she can hit the shot rock, and I think she's saying she can move the yellow one at the same time. We would need an overhead shot probably to see that a little better, but
Roy might be able to pull that up. I didn't think she'd hit the yellow on the back side, but it looks like she will. There, you can see it there. Yeah.
It's close.
I think
yeah.
wouldn't you just take the easier double here? Hit
I
this
would.
one a bit
Yeah.
thin.
Yeah.
You spin maybe off the yellow. You might even spin up, like she says there. The other one, if you ever hit it a little too thick, you just go behind the yellow, I think, and I don't know.
Well, there's no hole there, in my
No.
opinion. So
No.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely
you
no
can
hole. No.
Thin it. Yeah, you can thin it and over into the other yellow, and as you say, it might even, depending on how much you get of it, you could pop it up into the 8 foot there and behind everything.
Yeah. Yeah, she could hit and roll right behind the red, but that probably wouldn't be first choice. But you could certainly do that too. Just don't worry about the double. Just say we're going to roll the other way. We're behind a whole bunch of rocks.
I like the thin double.
Yeah, I do too. The only risk at all is you just hit it. You almost make it, but not quite. You hit it a tiny little bit too thick, and you go over and you don't end up with shot rock. Brown still ends up shot either there or back on the tee line or back of the 4 foot or something like that. So, but even then, you're not in a horrible position. But so here it comes. Looks like that's what she had settled on anyway, hitting the rock that's half 12, half 8. Try to hit it, a quarter of a rock or something like that, Terry? It would be probably close.
Yeah.
Half a rock, maybe at most. Half is probably too much.
Half is too much, I think.
Yeah. So a quarter to a third, somewhere in that neighborhood, and you should make the double and maybe roll right up in behind the guard. So it's on its way.
Yeah.
This is Minji Kim. Be real
This
close.
Got some heat on it. Yeah. They're perfect. That's kind of what I mean, it even rolled further than I thought it would, but well executed. I think it was a great call.
I see here again. I think you're right.
Just gets a skinny piece of it too. But there was no hole there. I mean, to me, that wasn't like one of those high risk circus shots that you might play. It had a very high probability of a positive outcome.
Yeah, I agree, and it was you didn't even really have to throw quite that hard because
she bombed it.
Yeah, that was pretty heavy. I haven't seen a lot of peels that thrown that hard, but so as a result, probably roll a little further. Yeah, ideally, you don't need to roll that far, and you have a little bit better piece of the 4 foot or something. But great shot, and it's your rock right out in front. So even if Corryn Brown buries this in here somewhere, you'll have yours or the little short 5-6 foot max run back. Pretty good situation, but. Yeah. From Corryn Brown's point of view, you do at least have something to work with for potential steal, which you wanted to have when you started at the end. So
that's right. Just gotta bury this. Well, you may not have to be. Oh, that's okay. It finished nice.
I think that's pretty good, actually. I think you distanced it a little bit, so if Kim decides to play the run, much harder than it could have been. Yes, it's behind the tee line, all that kind of stuff. But sometimes it's a trade-off, right, Terry? Like sometimes, we got to create a little bit more space here. If we're buried at right where her broom is, she's got a 2.5 foot run back, and with almost no chance of missing it. So now you actually have caused a little bit more concern for Team Gim and what they do here. She might make it perfect, and you have nothing, but that's the way it is. Yeah.
And I think the good thing is if she sits on it, I mean, you still have room to get shot rock and.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd honestly be surprised if she plays the draw, but I mean.
Yeah, me too. The only problem with the run back, if there's a problem, is that if you make it, you probably are going to leave a rock in front that they can use. Korean coach out here for a timeout. Didn't see anybody call a timeout, but doesn't really matter.
Yeah, they did. Yeah,
Yep,
they did.
okay.
Yeah, and he definitely had his opinion.
Yeah. 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 So the coach is on his way back, and the girls are just going to clarify exactly what they're doing here. Looks like they're playing the run
Decided
back.
to run back. Yeah, I mean, yeah, probably.
I guess in a perfect world, you'd make this, but not make it straight back,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Get the shooter to roll somewhere a little bit here, even though it won't be that much, but at least make it make the shooter roll a little bit for you. So Eunji Kim now delivering her first of two here in the fifth end. And she's been close all day on all of these, so I would expect she'll be really close again. Looks perfect. Very nicely done. Just a great shot. You know, they're making some of them look so easy, Terry. I mean, I know
I know.
Yeah, you know, I know we were both sort of thinking, well, if you can manage to hit it just a little bit one way or the other there, you move the shooter out of the way. But really, that's the way you're going to play it. And if the other happens, it's just an accident. So, and, you know, but for you know, Corryn Brown, now she has a rock at the back of the button. If she can find the perfect ice and weight for this shot, she can make it really tough for Gim to score.
Yeah, the good thing about Gim's rock is, you know, she rolled the shooter just, or like left the shooter right there, but she rolled the rock that she made contact with inside. So this makes this shot that much more difficult. And it's, you know, and it stayed back button.
Yeah, unfortunately, this does not look good. Never good when the sweepers are, you know, so far away from it. This looks heavy and maybe really heavy.
Not really, but or not, I mean, not really heavy, but it's heavy. Yeah, that's two. Yeah.
And a draw for three, and probably puts an end to this one if she makes this. So
yeah, it really does. Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad for Corryn. That was, you know, she has been pretty clutch. She has had a lot of horrible situations and difficult shots, but she's made some really nice ones when she needed them. You can't make them all sometimes, though. So, unfortunately, that was just a little heavy. And Team Gim with a draw for three, needing really only full 8 foot to make this.
Yeah.
And I would expect she'll be really close on here.
Yeah, it was going to be hard to, you know, get right to the nose of that, but she really needed to get there.
So Eunji Kim with her sweepers, Suji Kim and Yeon Seol. Seol trying to make this shot for her and put it right on the tee line would be great. And coming in pretty nicely. Not too much of a problem for the skipper. She picks up three.
That's it. That's just so unfortunate, you know. But I mean, unfortunately for Brown, I mean, they had to gamble all out, and now, you know, you're down 9-3 and playing 6. I think we're done.
Yeah, we were just stalling for a minute there to see if they were going to continue playing. They sure are having a discussion about it. We can hang in for a couple of seconds. They might decide it's the end of, you know, early in the morning. Maybe we go another end. It looks like they're going to. So Team Gim does pick up three, as Terry said, takes a 9-3 lead as we go to end number 6 here at the Saville Grand Prix in Edmonton, Alberta on Curling Stadium. We'll be back after the break.
like restricted mode.
The 2025-2026 Grand
Says
Slam of
language
Curling schedule
English,
is out,
but it's
with
not
big events
translating
happening
it. So
all over Canada,
I wonder
like the Masters
if I
heading
just
to London in
refresh the
September.
screen whether that
The
helps.
Tour Challenge from Nisku this
Guess I'll
October.
find out.
The Canadian
all. I'm
Open
still
from
trying to figure out how to
Saskatoon in
find any
December.
viewers.
And the Players' Championship from Steinbeck coming in January. Early bird weekend and full event passes on sale now at gsocktickets.com. Let's rock.
Live curling Ross. This November, the best are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at Com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.
Terry, we thought they might call it a day after that end. What are you thinking with Team Brown? Just looking for a little more ice time kind of thing?
Yeah, I'm just going to say, given it the time of the year, it's probably just we have to push the rocks down. We might as well throw them down and shake after this end, barring a four-ender.
So just typical strategy here. Team Gim throws a couple in the house, lines them up pretty nicely. Actually, they've been really solid with that sort of situation all day. It's one of those things we talked before about the fact when the leads are playing well, you really don't notice them and don't probably give them enough credit sometimes. And when they're not, you do notice it. So in the case of even those two shots, pretty simple shots, you say, but if one of them goes a little bit deeper and the next one curls a foot and a half off the center line, all of a sudden it's like, wow, this is much more difficult than it needs to be. So good job for Lead Stone.
Yeah.
Yay.
I think I probably would have, if I'm Corryn, I probably would have thrown up the double guards on the same side.
Yeah, you bought into that, have you? I'm having a hard time buying into that strategy. So, but all kinds of people do. So,
well, I just think, when you're down like this, I mean, you have these corner guards, so you can always, run them one way or the other and take the one that's the easiest. Whereas if you're double guarding, I think, you still have a chance of potentially running one of the rocks into the center line or, into the pile. So that's my only thinking is just.
Well, that's fine. I appreciate hearing it. It's, I haven't really had many of those conversations because I don't play like very competitively anymore. So we don't really have a lot of those kinds of conversations at club level. And I just never quite understand the when and why on the double guards. I kind of get it, but for me, it's like, I don't know. I'm going the traditional split on the guards, and I must be 1 year older or something than you. So I'm just more old school, more old school than even you are, Terry. Imagine.
That's right. I can't.
So Brown gets a rock in play, which, these are the one situation that Team Gims sometimes doesn't know exactly what they want to do. They've got a massive lead, and it seems sometimes
corner
takes her a
guard
little
rip,
while. Yeah, takes her a little while sometimes to convince herself that, that's all we need to do is do this. We don't need to get all that fancy. So, second stone, Suji Kim. First of the two left-handers, or second of the two left-handers, I guess, maybe.
And she is the second.
Yeah, exactly. So we got the peel here. This one's going to roll through the port, right out the other side. Both girls on it pretty good. So well done. And definitely the right call, even though she did hesitate. She at one point thought she might draw, but
yeah.
So Brown got some work to do to figure out how to score many points here. But the last time when she got 3, we didn't really see that come until almost the very end either. So you never know.
Optimism.
Yeah. Well, it's a good shot.
It is. Kim's not going to be worried about taking her her own along with the yellow one if it reduces the clutter in the house.
So I have some exciting news, Terry. Exciting news. Probably not to anybody but me and maybe a little tiny bit you and nobody else. But I now have the chat working and I can actually see the messages. And I know there's how many people are watching now. And it really wasn't just 2 or 3 that I was getting before. So nice to see.
And you figured this out all by yourself?
Well, it depends on how you term figured out. I don't know why.
I was going to say,
yeah.
If I was helping you, I would have said, turn them. Are you sure it's plugged in? Turn the machine off. Turn it back on. Those are the instructions I get all the time.
Yeah, and I did some of that. I didn't turn it physically off, but I did go right out of it. And then I went back to the curling zones line scores, and I popped on the little arrow for the other game that's on, and that gave me chat. So then I thought, well, we should be at least able to have that much technology. So I went back out, came back in, clicked on our little arrow, and sure enough, it's all there. It's all Korean. I understand none of it, but I'm happy to see that they're here and watching us, and I'm pleased to have some crowds and happy to be able to see that other than just commercials before. So thrilling moment here for myself on a Sunday morning.
I love it. I love it.
Doesn't take that much sometimes to get me excited. And this is my only game today, so I was kind of missing something with only not having anything and anybody to talk to other than you, which is I get thrilling enough, but we get to do it more often. So
sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
But our technical crew was Rory McCluster was just saying, if you click on the 3 dots there and select translation, you can see what it actually says. I lost it. I don't know what happened. I don't have that feature anymore, but maybe it's one of those I got to go out and got to come back in. I don't know.
I don't know. That I don't have. I don't have any. I'm on an iPad, and I don't on a regular Apple iPad. So I don't have the 3 dots, and the only 3 dots I have at the top are just for screen size or something, which I didn't know until 30 seconds ago either. So
yeah.
So another timeout.
Another timeout.
Yeah.
And while we do have that, I'm just going to tell people that Rui Wang is up 6-4 against Taylor Reese Hansen. Eubene Park, that 4-ender that she scored is kind of the difference in the game as she leads Selena Sturmey 6-4, and Kate Cameron is down 6-3 to Caitlin Laws. So it's starting to look like a UNG Kim semifinal with Caitlin Laws, and at this moment anyway, playing the 7th end, it's looking like a Wang and Eubene Park semifinal on the other side.
Thanks for that, Terry. It's so hard here to even, to try to give your team a little bit of support and information on what to play here. It's just so, it's so difficult. And I don't know what they decided on. We'll see here in a minute. Look like some kind of a yellow on red, but it might not be a takeout. It might just be a tap. I'm not sure. We'll see in a second.
Right.
Oh, neither of the above, just a freeze.
Yeah, it just looks like a freeze. Yeah.
If you bump it, 5-6 inches, that's not
Yeah.
bad either. So Aaron Pincot's first of 2 here in the 6th end.
Yeah, you'd want to stay on the top, on the high side of this.
Aaron's been a little bit off on draw weight here the last few ends. She's been in the neighborhood, but just a little off. This one's looking a little heavier. Sarah Colton, rather, trying to bend it over there. No, she's going to get there. Got the little hop delivery thing. It's just kind of interesting.
It's going to get a base of it anyway. Not the end of the world.
No. Okay, I'm looking at maybe playing her own red on the yellow, which I don't know exactly where that yellow goes, if it jams on the other yellow or not, but it's going to be some kind of a takeout. It's got to be some kind of a takeout here anyways, I think. So we got a little red-yellow hit here. No ice. So she better make sure she's not tight. Third stone is Minji Kim. That looked pretty nice. Going hard, though. Going really hard. Can they hold it there? They will not be able to hold it there. Ooh, I'll tell you, getting a little bit interesting.
Uh-huh.
I kind of wondered, it seemed, I just thought, that I figured you had to take a little bit of ice. She really took none, so.
Yeah.
I mean, edge of the rock there, assuming it doesn't back up on you, would have been fine. Like that's kind of where she wanted to hit it. So just Corryn Brown now will play, I think, the same shot, basically, just kind of freeze to the yellow and get the line right. And I'll tell you, Terry, if she makes this and makes it good, it could be interesting as we move to the last couple shots here. Gim might have a problem getting rid of almost anything, to be honest. It's yellow.
Well, if they're coming right in, I think they want to cross this a bit.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Yeah, and I think she's going to be really good if he gets another 2 inches of curl.
Oh, yeah.
That's really, really nice. Man, I'll tell you, this is a problem for Gim. I don't know what you can get rid of. I mean, if it curls another probably 3/4 of an inch or something, it's even that much better, but that's not bad. It looks like they can get rid of the high one, I'm sure. The one that she's going to hit first probably goes over the top of everything on the left side. Well, she's ready anyway, so not going to talk any more about it.
Yeah, I know. Skips rocks now, so.
I think you'll see some heat on this one. I think she'll be throwing this one really hard, or quite hard, because she needs to. The rocks, I think, are frozen.
Yeah, and I think that.
Broom, because it's just, just shouldn't. It doesn't have to do anything. It's not going to fall back as long as you just throw it straight. You're good. So Corryn Brown now with a real good opportunity. Admittedly, it might be a little tough to figure out how to get this red one out, but boy, I like it a lot better than I thought I would have liked it at the start of this end. I didn't think she'd ever get an opportunity to score 3 or more, and right now, Where do you go here, though, Terry? That's the big problem.
Yeah, that's the difficulty because I don't think you can remove the red one, really.
Yeah.
I suppose if you made it perfect, you push the red one through that hole, and if you catch the yellow one, just a piece of it, it's gonna go back on the red one in the 8-foot.
So where she has her room right now, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
So right now, I mean, you're sitting 3. I don't know how you protect 3, because Gim just runs the red one right in.
Yeah.
And you hit that anywhere on the the wing side of the red, and you're probably making 2, if not potentially 3 go, depending on where this ends up.
Yeah.
But I think
this freeze on the yellow, lining up with that back red was my first thought. But again, recognizing, like you say, you're probably not leaving a hole, so Gim could come down and blast the red one and make sure she's going to get rid of a bunch, at least a rock or 2, and be in a good position. So, but the options to me are like, I'm trying to think of what options. You could actually guard the red one, let her whack away at something else, but that means you probably aren't going to get as many as you wanted to get. I don't know. This is a tough call.
Yeah, I mean, so I first thought about, like you said, my first thought was, I wonder if you just guard the red one.
Yeah. It scares me leaving the red one accessible is the only problem. And like you say, she could hit the red one, but that would be just scary and risky and could take the whole end away is a problem. But popping it through the hole, it doesn't look too bad. This is going to be okay. She's going to put it where she wants it, which is going to be just on the inside edge of the yellow, I think. Oh, it's over curling a little bit.
No, I think that was, because now I think those 2 yellows stay if she tries that, to run the red in on that side. I mean, the problem I think ends up being if you run the red one right into the crotch, the red one's staying, but it should be removable with a slash. So
yeah,
3's.
I don't like this call if this is what they're going to play. It looks like they're going to play the double on the 2 yellows on the 2 yellows on the left on the overhead. They're going to play. Looks like they're calling that double, which to me, so that you're going to leave Corryn Brown sitting 2 for sure, maybe 3. I think I'm running that red one back in there because I don't know where the red one's going. It's not going out in my mind, no matter what you do, and hit it right on the nose. I think that's going to give you a better result. But anyway, it'll still be there probably when she finishes the shot. So that's one thing about it. Once again, throwing it with really no ice, but it looks like she might have set it just a tiny little bit. So it's going to be close to making what she wants, but it's still going to curl a little too much. But got that.
So she's sitting 2 and drawing for 3.
Yeah. So a good shot for Gim. I mean, Gim rather, she was, trying to make sure she minimized the damage, and she kind of did. But this is like the game that never ends, Terry. It's just, it's like that song, the kids' song, this song, never-ending song sort of thing that they do. This is kind of like this game. It's like, kind of figure it's going to be over. Not that I'm in a hurry for it to end, but it just looks like it's going to be over every second end. And somehow, some way, Corryn Brown gets to keep playing. Needs to make this one, though, to have any realistic chance of coming back here.
Yeah, down 3 is better than down 4.
Yeah. Reminder, everyone, that when this game ends, we are going to switch you over to the Brad Jacobs Reed Carruthers semifinal game in Okotoks.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know exactly how they do that, but I think it should just switch on your screen and you should have it. So.
And this is a good draw. She's got her 3, Jim.
Yeah, just well done. Nice draw. Corryn, she's a solid player. I really like her game. She doesn't get too rattled. So we have a 9-6 score going to end number 7. Team Gim with hammer up 3. we'll be back right after the break.
I think they're saying even.
That's life. That's what all the people say.
Hey guys, what can I get started for you today?
Bananas away, regular?
And I'll have the rip berry, but can I get vanilla oat milk and I'll add spinach and ginger? And can I substitute the raspberries for strawberries? Also add the chia and hemp seed, and definitely have the power booster and the collagen booster. And can I get that blended twice?
Wow.
For Alicia, custom chaos?
One of a kind.
You're one of a kind.
Twister juice, freshly made your way.
Looked at that.
Yeah, Casper beat Mowat.
Wow. Casper out of the U.S. Oh, we're back.
Yep.
So, 2 ends to go, or we think 2 ends to go. We could be playing extra ends yet the rate we're going here. So, Corryn Brown with another 3, not back-to-back threes, but back-to-back threes with hammer. So she scored 6 points. So she's winning the second of the 3 end blocks.
Yes.
That's the good news for Corryn, but she is down 9-6 here, and Team Gim having hammer and 7. Still a long way back for Team Brown, Terry. They honestly can't afford to do much less than steal 1, maybe 2 in this end to have a shot here in the last end. But you know what? They're still playing, and they're still within reach, which, half an hour ago we wouldn't have thought was possible. So good for them.
That's right. And I think, like you said, I mean, if you steal 1, you can play 8. If you steal 2, you can for sure play 8.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This one's over curling, I think. Or no, I guess that's probably about where they wanted to be, was on that center line.
Center line, yeah.
It's funny, none of those rocks are in the overhead picture, if that's our end, which I assume it is. So, there we are.
Yeah, there they are.
Yeah. All right. So, coming with a sort of a tick shot, I guess, is what they're playing here. Saw a few of these last week for the first time, and I don't remember any of them last year. I'm sure there were, but it just kind of seemed like that was a forgotten shot for anything. But try to throw probably, I'm thinking, backline to hack on this and just chip off. You do need your shooter to roll a bit for you, so it might have to be a little more than just a back line. But as for those that might have forgotten, you are not allowed to remove this rock from play. You're just able to move it. This looks like it's going to be really good, I think.
Yeah.
Nicely done. It was going to be really difficult to get the shooter to move too much further than that, to be honest. And so it's nicely done, but you have set up 2 corners for Brown, but she doesn't have hammer, so they may not really come into play for her. So,
well, the good thing about that shot is, it makes the draw outside in difficult on both sides.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah.
I mean, this one is obviously the easier of the 2. I don't think the other one's there. I don't think the intern draws there come around. But I mean, this is there. But again, the way it curls, it's going to be a difficult execution here. You're going to have to hold it out there for the longest time and then let it just curl hard at the end. A lot of rotation, which will help this not only go a little further, but this is well managed.
This is going to be a very nice shot, I think.
Yeah, this is really well managed.
Yeah, nice shot by Sarah Colton. That can't really say enough how difficult that shot was when the staggered guards are not in your favor and you're on ice. It curls as much to miss the high one without crashing on the tight one. Really nice job.
Yes, for sure.
So we get rid of a guard. Corryn Brown now will try to put another guard up on the center line. The toughest part for Corryn here is that she recognizes too that stealing you kind of do need to steal two. But you kind of, as you mentioned earlier, sort of have to solidify the one before you can get two.
Yeah, I mean, I think you skip this to steal one right up until, kind of your last rock, and then reevaluate the situation to see if there's anywhere you can put a rock that might get you the potential steal of two. This is just going to curl a tiny bit. It'll be tempting. She's not going to fall for it, though. You can definitely hit this just a little high side and get rid of everything there. I don't know whether she's chosen that or straight peel. And this, now she would have to hit it a little low side, but they all go. Oh yeah, she's crossing this. I don't get a sense that this looks going to curl enough to cross it. No. So maybe she was peeling it high side. I don't know. We're going to just replace the guard. This is Aaron Pincott throwing. Chest chap off, yeah. I don't know if I lost Jim or not.
Okay, you hear me now?
I do.
Okay. I think I pushed a button on the headset, and I didn't really mean to do that. I had coughed a second ago, or a shot ago or two, and then I just kind of. That's a very nice effort there.
Yeah. Now, NJ Gim's third, Mean Jing Gim, will tackle the vice on vice.
Yeah. So not yet. This is going to be Aaron Pincott.
No, yeah.
A little harder now. The guard's got to be that much better because you don't have that second one helping you out a little bit.
That's right.
It does take a while before it moves, but it's moving pretty good now. The girls are working it over. Should be pretty good when it stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those gettable shots that if you had to get it right now, you try to get it. But I think she's going to still play the run and hopefully make the double. Hit a little bit on the right as we look at it. You should be able to make the double, roll the shooter out of the way, and be in a pretty good position. I don't think you want to do that, do you, Terry?
Yeah, no.
I don't think I'm doing that.
No. Ripping all day. Without percentages in front of me. I mean, I don't know about you, Jim, but I feel that the front ends have kind of both been about equal. I and again, just an opinion without anything to back it up. I think Minji Kim has outplayed Aaron Pincott at the third level.
Yeah, I would probably think that that's fair. Aaron's just had, she's had probably three or four shots that were close but didn't work out, and really shots that didn't change the end in a positive way. So that's probably correct.
Well, I'll take probably.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just don't want to be like committed if we're wrong. I'd rather be able to blame it on you than me. So
well, and that you can do.
yeah. I don't know who I'm gonna. Who I'm gonna do that to. So Corryn Brown now throwing up a guard. It might be tempting here to not guard this perfectly and see if you can entice her to try to come around and play something on the back one. If she ever misses, there's your chance to steal two. So, which might happen right here. She's probably able to get to that one on the button.
She can definitely get to it. Guess I'm a little surprised that she's gonna play this. I thought she might just rip it again. And
well, the problem with this is the only way you ever give up a steal of two is by playing this shot, right? Like if you you peel the guard, then Corryn throws it. I don't care where she throws it, but you're only giving up one. And you play this shot and you just chap and roll or something. Maybe you don't get it all the way out. Maybe you don't roll quite far enough. All of a sudden you're looking at two on your last shot, and you don't need to be. Like with a 3-point lead, let's make sure I'm only looking at one on my next one. And if I peel the guard, that's all I'm really looking at. I mean, she might come around a corner or something, too, but it's going to be wide open. So, yeah, I'm with you. I think, I don't know. I think this is a much riskier shot.
Well, I think you nailed it. I mean, the only way I think you're in trouble is if you allow her to steal two, and this is definitely the only way that she was going to steal. Now, she's made it very well, and so now it becomes the maximum that Corryn can get is the one, but.
Yeah, very nice throw. Absolutely a nice shot. I mean, she could see only a little tiny bit of it and threw the perfect weight to make it and all that. So not to be critical of the shot making ability or anything else, but
no.
Yeah, just had a chance. Carried a little more risk with it than you needed to carry. You're still going to have probably as difficult a shot as you would have had before anyway. So anyway, see what Corryn does. She's got to absolutely make this and bury it because she has to steal at least this single point.
So Brown's last rock here, throwing an in-turn hit, hoping to get a roll underneath and make the last shot of Gim a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, she's throwing a little more weight at this than I thought she'd throw, but well, it's going to be
Have to
pretty
go.
good, I think. Oh, maybe bad luck.
Oh, too
Spin
bad.
back.
Too bad.
Yeah, left it pretty much open. Nice try by Corryn Brown. You know, wasn't going to be easy. Roll 6 inches less. It's absolutely perfect. You force Gim to make a draw to the button. A draw to the button that I don't know if you could make. I guess you'd get through there, but
Yeah.
so probably turns into more a blank attempt than it does actually a scoring situation. But either way, she's going to be in. The game's going to be over probably, or she's going to be in great shape up 3 coming home with the hammer. Taking a little more time to think this out than I would expect. This is the shot, that out turn that they don't take very much ice on this. They count on the sweepers being able to kind of straighten it right up or back it up. It's just not a lot. I don't know why. I just like to see another inch or something of ice here. If I could throw it like these guys, where I know I'm not going to have to worry about missing a broom by 3 inches, I think I'm taking another inch or something here. So anyway.
I mentioned this yesterday. I found it interesting that the second, the front end usually clears the path from the hog line into the thrower, whereas this Korean team, there's one gal, the front end is always cleaning, from the hog line in.
Ooh,
so
guess what? Good thing she didn't take any more ice. Maybe.
Yeah.
So we have a blank end here in end number 7, and Uijeongbu of Korea will take a 3-point lead into the final end against Corryn Brown. We'll be back right after the break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
The rock faces around Lake Tahoe are legendary. But this fall, new ones will emerge in the Tahoe Basin. Homan, Moe, Gushu, and more. November 4th through 9th, the Grand Slam of Curling's first ever event in the U.S. is coming to Lake Tahoe, where the greatest rock stars on earth unite for 6 days of incredible curling, celebrity appearances, and après curl parties you won't want to miss. Get your tickets at thegrandslamofcurling.com. Let's rock.
Good to not give up 3, and then all of a sudden you give up 4. So, I don't know. So we're back for end number 8 here at the Saville Grand Prix in Edmonton, Alberta. We are at the Saville Community Sports Center. Jim Nix with Terry Corryn, watching a game that's been pretty wild for the last few ends, Terry, and at the end of the day, Gim has a pretty solid 3-point lead with hammer playing this last end, but stranger things have happened probably, so you never know. Corryn Brown might just pull this out.
Yeah, neither of us thought we were going to be here
Nope.
playing this end. We had handshakes after 4 or 5 ends, but here we are.
Yeah, well, for the first 4 ends, Corryn Brown couldn't get anything going, and really was probably almost fortunate to only be down 6-0, to be honest, because she didn't have a lot of help, and she wasn't quite sharp, and then all of a sudden they get 3, and they give up another 2, and then get another 3, and they're in the hunt. So
double guards on the center line.
Yeah, I would like to have got it there, but it's okay.
Yeah, couldn't quite get there, but
You
yeah.
see the tick shot coming, though. Looks like a hack weight call. She's trying to get across the face of this, maybe, or I'm not sure, but whatever. She is playing a tick shot, one side or the other.
These are always dangerous in the sense that you can, you potentially leave rocks in play.
Yeah, she's not going to get to it anyways.
Nope.
Roam, but that doesn't really hurt a whole lot, so. So, Corryn now coming around the guards. I guess, Terry, you go around the first time and hope that they don't make the double peel and just get one and probably throw one more guard back up and hope for the same thing, and then come around again and just pray after that, because it's going to be you're going to need one or two wide open misses to pull this out.
Right.
But you just make them as difficult as you can. That's all you can do.
That's right.
Front end working hard on this. Well, not the front end actually, but the sweepers in general. You need to sneak it by. It's going to be a little on the light side.
Yeah.
Well, puts another guard out there, but not terribly helpful. Quick reminder to everybody, we will be here for the semifinals and finals here of the Saville Grand Prix. And we will have commentary on all three of those games, I think. So look forward to seeing you the rest of the day here on Curling Stadium, Edmonton. And for those that are interested, Okotoks Spiel is ongoing. And after this game, we are going to take you to the Jacobs Carruthers semifinal in that event. And we'll tell you a little more about that in a second. She's going to take everything out. Wow. Well, moved a ton of rocks. So I guess task accomplished on that. You're going to have another look at it here. She's going to try to make the double peel, or got rid of a couple. Probably got a little fortunate there that she didn't end up with that one counting someplace. But a good effort. So yeah, and in Okotoks right now you have Reed Carruthers playing Brad Jacobs in the semifinal there, and Carruthers had an early 2-0 lead, but then dropped 4 to Jacobs, and it's 4-2. Sometimes still probably fairly early in that game. Looks like.
Yeah, they're playing the fifth end. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So they'll come around for Team Brown here. Barry looks like he's going to bury in there pretty good. Very nicely done. Again, play a straight peel here. Don't complicate this at all. Don't do anything funny and try to make shots that you don't need.
Yeah, just keep it simple. Hit and go. You've got the hammer. You don't need to try and run that back and make the double.
No, usually what happens there, you either, the two bad things can happen. You run it straight back and nose it, and that doesn't help you. Or almost worse, sometimes you run it back and it misses it by like a half an inch, and your shooter now stays out there and just gets, it can get messy quicker than it needs to. I mean, you shouldn't be in any trouble with up 3 with hammer, but you also shouldn't have to throw the last one looking at 3, so.
Yeah, I mean, ideally here now you go around the corner guard. Gim hits the open when you go around the corner guard a second time. She rips the guard, and you take the shot rock. If she stays, and she has to throw her last one.
Yeah. And what happens on the last one, Terry? Then we don't even need to keep watching. So is she going to make that last one? I think so.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. So this may be interesting.
I mean, because,
Sorry, I was just going to say, it
'Cause
should be
if
interesting. Do you peel a guard or hit the one in the house? I think because she's sitting too, you have to hit it, don't you?
well, that's what I say. I mean, and then you go around the corner guard again. She rips
Yeah.
the corner guard, and then she's going to look at 3 on her last rock, and
Yeah.
I mean, one of them will be wide open.
Yeah. Which is all you need.
Unless you try and rip the guard, then don't rip it.
Yeah, I don't think she's even playing that. I think she's playing the one in the house.
Yeah.
Trying
Oh,
to make
she
the
makes the
double.
double.
No, roll over the
Oh,
over the
I was
top.
going to say that would have been.
Yeah, I kind of hope that was an accident. They weren't really trying to make the double because,
Yeah, wow.
you know, you'd like to stay there somewhere. So she didn't get a chance to, like you say, bury 2 behind the corner now. But still pretty safe for Team Gimp.
He just put a little bit more pressure on, making the peel. I mean,
Oh, exactly, yeah. So Erin Pincott with her final rock here in the 8th then. Looking to play the in-turn come around the corner. The girls are indicating it might be heavy.
yeah,
Don't want to be heavy. You don't want to be anything but perfect here, but you definitely don't want to be
that's
heavy.
right.
Sarah Colton now
'Cause
trying to bounce it in.
Yeah.
She's going to be okay.
You want her to rip. Yeah, you want her to rip the front one.
Yeah. Would have been nice to get a little tiny bit more curl and maybe have those lined up a little different. So if it ever came
Yes.
down to whatever the Corryn had to think about making a double, it might be hard, or not Corryn, but Gim had to think about making a double. But
Yeah.
don't get too fancy with this. Just get rid of that guard.
Oh, I know. And because they're not lined up, I mean, really, how do you miss it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You'll only need to make one go away.
Yeah. So they're going to peel the guard, but it looks suspiciously like she's trying to. Oh, there she took a little more. So I was going to say, it looks suspiciously like she was thinking of the run back, and run back is not a good option unless somebody can guarantee you're going to make it. And that's hard to get. So the outturn peel here. And she will get rid of the red one. It's job done. So as Terry
So
said
Corryn
right
just
now.
goes behind
Yeah,
the-
exactly. Yeah. That's all she can do. Corryn Brown. Now she
That's
just
right.
has to go around, and you know that Gim is going to take a run at that double over there, and you hope she doesn't make it. And then you sit 3, and she, no matter what you do, I think she's going to have a wide open shot here to end the game. And
For sure. I mean, your only other alternative is, right there.
Right there,
just
yeah.
Fighting. But
that might be a better choice, though, to be honest. It might be that you're protecting against the double a little better, at least. And I know she could still make a double, but yeah, I don't know. I'm not against that, I don't think, Terry. I don't think anything's good now, but I think that would be, you go over here and leave the wide open double, or do you go here and on the right side and say, okay, well, we're going to protect that double. You're going to peel it or whack it away there somehow. Then we maybe go the same place, or we go around the corner, whatever it is. But yeah,
well,
maybe not.
I think by going here, you literally, kind of are now the hope is that you just tick it as you go by. I mean, this is not a wrong shot. I mean, who thought for 1 minute after the third end we were going to be having Corryn Brown throw her last rock in the 8th end?
Well, exactly, yeah.
So she's just going to try and throw an in-turn draw, just get to the top of the house. You'd really do want to make her throw this last rock, so
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Just
I mean,
don't be light.
Yeah, yeah,
This looks light.
it does. So you got to make sure you get the line really, really good.
Oh, maybe she was playing it light. I don't know. I mean, I think now you play. Yeah, she's
Yeah, just
playing
hit the
this.
back
So.
one, yeah, hit anything back there. Just make sure you hit something.
But again, I'd be so inclined to peel that corner myself. Like, I mean, if you think about this, I mean, not that she's going to throw it tight or anything like that, but if you just tick that yellow guard, the one that Corryn just threw, I mean, who knows? Not only could you tick it into the house, you could tick it off the other corner guard. I mean, that's highly unlikely, but I'm just saying, you know, there's some things that could happen that you don't want.
Yeah, I think it's I kind of hear you, and I'm kind of thinking, well, if you make contact with that one at all, this is the problem here. Is if you just happen to touch. The bigger problem for me is if you ever had to just touch that one, the high one there.
That's what I mean. Yeah, and that was close.
Yeah, really close. Yeah, you might have just slid by everything, and you're still probably going to end up with a wide open hit. But Team Gim does survive really the comeback effort of Corryn Brown as she clawed back from a 6-0 deficit, as you say, made Gim throw her last rock here in the 8th, which we would have bet a lot of money on against earlier today. So,
well, it wasn't quite her last rock, but
oh yeah, right. She did have.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. Well, whichever. Anyway, so it was a good effort for Corryn Brown to kind of get to where she would in this game, and so we'll thank everybody for watching us this morning, and on behalf of Terry Corbin and Roy McCusker and myself, Jim Nix, I encourage you to flip over. We're going to stay. I think we're just staying right here, and they're going to flip to the Jacobs Carruthers game. And we'll see you this afternoon for the semifinals and finals of the Saville Grand Prix here in Edmonton, Alberta on Curling State in Edmonton. Bye for now.
Live curling rocks. And this November, the best in the world are coming to Tahoe. Get your seats now at gsoctickets.com. But hurry, early bird pricing ends soon.